We are just days away from the NFL draft, and as Seahawks fans know, it's anybody's guesses as to what the team's going to do. And I'm so excited today. Joining me to talk about this, four Seahawks legends. We got Eddie McMillan, Randall Morris, Norm Johnson, and Alonzo Mitz. Guys, thank you so much for coming in today. Let's start off with the obvious question here. There's a lot of speculation about what the Hawks are going to do. Are they going to take a quarterback at number 5? Are they going to take a defensive lineman or a defensive back? What do you guys think the Seahawks are going to do? What should they do here?
I'll start first.
Yeah.
I think when Seattle was actually winning and they won the Super Bowl, our defense was great. I think that Jalen Carter kid out of Georgia, he's the one.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's all defense. All right. What do you think?
I concur with Randall. I think this team is just a few players away, but if we shore up the defense, get a couple of man-eaters there, Jalen Carter is a great guy. He made some mistakes, but he's just a kid. And we all know we were kids, we did stupid things. And it sort of reminds me of Warren Sapp, who went on to be an all-pro and a Hall of Famer. This guy has that potential, and I think if we draft him, he will greatly improve the team.
All right. Now, Geno Smith's betting on himself here with this new kind of team-friendly contract. We saw Russell Wilson, took a lot of money, and it kind of really hurt the salary cap situation. So we're all hoping that Geno has another great year like he does last year, but do you think it's important to draft another quarterback here this time around to you kind of have that next generation right behind him ready to go?
I think personally, drafting another quarterback is going to give him a chance to grow through Geno, because I had a slogan for Geno: Geno can play, and he showed it. So I think for get the quarterback in here with him, under tutelage under Geno, next few years, I think that's the way I would look at it.
I want to make sure I get to this because you guys are going to be hosting a draft party here coming up. And Norm, can you tell us a little bit about what the game plan is for that?
Well, there's an event out at the Clearwater Casino out in Paulsbo, I believe, is where it's at, out in Kitsap County. And it's there's so much excitement. There's going to be a lot of 12s showing up. There's going to be just so much energy because the Seahawks, we've been talking about, can do a number of things. And everybody's got their feelings on what we're going to do or what we should do or whatever. And there's a lot of diversity out there in what they're thinking. But there's going to be so much energy and so much anticipation. It's just going to be exciting. But we've got some current players that are coming out. Darrell Taylor and Alton Robinson and Kobe Parkinson. Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting those guys. I haven't even met any of those guys. So, encourage everybody to come on out and say hello. And
in your guys' era was like the late 70s, right? The 80s and the early 90s here. You have seen this evolution of not only what it's been like for the team over the past, 45 years here, but also the fans over the past 45 years. Yeah. What has that been like for you to see what it's like to go to a Seahawks game now as opposed to when you guys were playing in the Kingdom long ago?
Well, I'll start off. It's exciting, but you have to understand I was with the first team. So there was a tremendous amount of excitement. That's where the 12s first arrived. That's when Seattle had the reputation for the noise. So all it's done is just, as time has gone by, all it's done is just continue the tradition that was started back in 1976. Also, one quick thing. I want to go back to the draft just for a second.
Yeah.
This will be the second annual Darrell Taylor's draft party. And Darrell wants to give back to the community. He's bringing a couple of his teammates along with him, Kobe Parkinson and as well as Alton Robinson. But one of the things that we're doing also is we're getting together the former players with the current players to be able to give back to the community too as well. And I think that's a big part. And it's a great value. What you get at this is you get 3 current players, you get 4 former players, you get a buffet, a meal, you get autograph signings, you get all of those things. So this will be a wonderful event. And also, this will be the most anticipated draft in Seahawks history.
It really is. I mean, how many picks do we have here for this go round? I mean, we have
10 or 11.
Yeah, two for the first round, right? And then we have 10 or 11 in the whole thing. I mean, this is a big year for
an
the
early
Hawks.
second round pick too.
You know, and two in the second round, and you know, while we're talking about the draft and we're talking about the things that Seahawks need, if they can get a big man-eater, possibly get a good wide receiver around it, do you think we need a running back?
Well, K9, that's my guy, man.
Yeah, no
But,
kidding.
you know, he's just one guy. I think we do need a running back, though. Yeah.
And Norm, do you think we need a punt returner? I know we don't need a kicker. How do you feel about a punt returner or a return specialist to help the special teams?
Well, I haven't thought about that as a need, but if you have an electric guy back there, it can change the game for sure. So
I know
everybody could use a great punt returner or
Sure.
kickoff returner.
It changes everything,
it
right?
Does.
Yeah,
It really
strong
does.
special teams.
And, you know, I guess we lost Travis Homer, who was, you know, one of those guys that would return some of the kicks too. So I don't. Yeah, we could probably use that. I hadn't thought about that.
And Norm, you got into the league undrafted. You three were drafted. What is that like when your name gets called in the NFL draft? What does that feel like? You know, being around your family, I would assume, and hearing your name.
Well, you have to go generational. So since I'm the oldest, I'll go with my generation. We didn't have the opportunity to go to New York or these venues and walk across the stage and hug the commissioner and all that.
There was no ESPN back in that day.
What we did, and I think Norm is in the same era. We were in class with our little transistor radios, and when your name was called, you asked the professor, can I go out and make a phone call?
Oh, that's great. That's great.
No, Eddie's right. I mean, back in the early 80s, man, there was no social media. It wasn't even
No
on
cell
television. Right. I mean, none of that, man. So somebody had to run and get you. You know.
See, Norm, they just call your name.
Yeah, and hope they're not playing a trick on you, right?
Yeah, they told me. They told me to be by the. They told me to be by the phone. Well, the phone was always connected to a wall. You had to be sitting somewhere. I was sitting in my fraternity room, sitting there waiting for the phone to ring.
Are you kidding? Wow.
Yeah, there was no TV coverage. It was different back in the day.
For you guys, the rules have changed dramatically here since the early years of the Seahawks. How do you think your career would be different if you were playing in this generation with the way that the rules are right now? I know that's a deep question for you.
Well, when I played, it was back in the caveman days, and you can beat them up as long as you want. So I don't know if I can make that change. Just teasing. I think with the ability that we have, we can function very well in the game today. It's just a matter of making the transition.
Sure.
But I kind of like the old days when you can just beat them down.
Mac didn't beat no one down. He talking, man. He's a cornerback.
I'm just trying to get a check.
He talking down.
You guys, can you give us the details one more time here on the draft party for anybody who wants to come out to that?
Once again, the draft party will be held this Thursday at the Clearwater Casino Resort. It will start about 1 o'clock. As I said, there will be 3 current Seahawks players. Darryl Taylor will host. He'll have his teammates Alton Robinson and Kobe Parkins. Also, there will be 2 hard-to-handle Randall Morris, Alonzo Mitz, Norm Johnson, as well as myself. And one of the things, Alonzo wants you to draft a quarterback because he wants you to draft a quarterback from Florida. I'm from Florida State. Not a chance.
You don't want that, right? Yeah. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. And go Hawks.
There you go.
Absolutely. Go Hawks. It's going to be really fun to see what the Hawks are going to do here on draft day.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Hey, thanks for having us.
All right. Coming up on Studio 13 Live, we're going to be seeing what's trending on TikTok here with our social media expert.